Hey, lighten up, jerk!
All right, well let's talk about Crazy Rich Asians.
Here we go.
Finally.
Let's get
I
serious.
kind of don't remember the movie.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I do remember, but
so this is gonna be a very quick review because
Okay.
she doesn't remember the movie, but
Right.
Okay.
no. The reason why I want to talk about this is
Yes.
several reasons. I think it's great. Being Asian American,
Yes,
it's an all
representing.
Asian cast
Yes.
since the Joy Luck Club, right?
Yes.
And
What about
Based
Memoirs
on
of
a
a
book
Geisha?
of trilogy.
yeah,
Hey, that was majority Asian cast.
majority. I didn't even watch that one, but yeah. So what did you think of the movie?
I mean, it's based on a book, right? It's
Yeah.
a trilogy. There's 3.
I didn't read the books.
I didn't read the books
yeah. They're
either.
trying to. I think they're setting up for a sequel.
They are gonna do all
the
3.
next, because the next one is like deals with the sister.
Yeah, with what's that guy's name that was looking at her? At the
Oh,
moment?
that fool from Glee.
Yeah. Was it Glee? He's in Glee?
Yeah, he was in Glee.
Okay.
Another show I don't watch.
Yeah.
Henry Golding?
No.
I don't know. I'm just.
I think
I haven't watched the movie.
overall, it was a good movie. It was a feel-good movie because she gets the guy at the end of the movie. But
Do we have to
Did
do
I
spoiler
love
alert
it?
or no?
Huh?
Do we have to say spoiler
No,
alert?
I think
Whatever.
everybody's watched it
Everybody.
Spoiler
now.
alert.
It's like
I
it's
haven't watched
been
it.
like
It's been
number
out.
one
Yeah.
for like
Which has been
weeks
cool,
now
yeah.
because people
Spoiler
are
alert,
like
Constance Wu's an
s-
octopus.
completely supporting. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't understand.
No, I was just trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. Yeah, but overall, I thought it was an okay movie. To be honest,
okay.
I think it was very hyped, and I definitely want to represent the Asian movies, and I support them 100%. But was it a fantastic A-list movie? I don't think so. I've seen better movies than
Yeah,
that.
for sure. How
Yeah.
would you rate it?
I would say it was like a B plus.
Okay.
In my book.
Yeah,
yes.
fair
It
enough.
was a feel good
bad.
movie.
That's
like
good,
it's
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like it's a Chinese like Korean drama,
Yeah.
type of movie
Mm-hmm.
with a good ending.
What were some of your favorite characters?
I love Aquafina. She
Yeah,
is
everyone
off
loves
the
her.
hook.
Oh yeah, she
And I actually watched her video, like her music video,
Yeah, yeah.
My Vag.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, she's okay.
She's a-
She's
you have
the
to wa-
standout. She's a standout.
Yeah.
A Star is Born.
Yeah.
We need an Aquafina movie.
Yeah,
Aquafina's awesome.
she's
I've
so
been
funny.
following Aquafina for the past 2 years.
Yes, you did tell me about that.
And I would like. She's such.
She's
a good
amazing.
She stole the
She's
she
so
stole the show
funny.
in this movie,
She
and
actually
she
did.
definitely needs her own movie.
She
I
needs
think-
her own everything.
Yeah.
I
She's
think
so
she was
awesome, yeah.
amazing. I think
She's a
she was the
godsend.
star of the movie,
Yeah.
really.
So she's just started off as like a rapper or something
On
right?
YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just a rapper.
Yeah,
rapper.
I actually did not know that. I thought she was amazing in the movie, and Eric told me that
Yeah.
she made a music video, My Vag.
Yeah.
And I watched
Like a
it. And
comedic rapper.
She's amazing. She's such a good rapper.
Yeah, she was
She's
on
on point.
Dumbfounded's vlog. Like Dumbfounded interviewed her. That's when I first saw her
Oh,
on
okay.
YouTube, and yeah, I'm like, okay, this rapper chick, and all of a sudden I see her first on what was that movie? Neighbors 2. She was in Neighbors 2.
Oh, really?
The sorority.
Oh, okay.
She was a sorority girl. I'm like, oh, she's acting now. And then she was in Ocean's
Ocean's
And Ocean's
8.
I'm like,
8,
what the
which I
hell?
haven't
8.
seen yet, but I want to see it because of
With
her.
Rihanna
Yeah, with
and
freaking Anne
Yeah,
Hathaway.
Sandra
right?
Bullock, Kate Blanchett.
That's
Julia
amazing.
Roberts, right? Was
No, not Julia Roberts. She was in the original
Yeah,
one.
but still, yeah, that's crazy.
Bonham
Like
Carter.
A-list actresses.
But I
you know?
think she's
crazy.
truly like talented.
She is
Like
talented.
she's a natural,
Yeah.
Like
She's funny.
I really enjoyed watching her character. I think she like made the movie like really
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, because she was
Everyone.
the everyman character, like just like kind of like she was a certain.
Wait, Andy, have you seen it?
What?
Crazy-
Yeah,
Crazy
yeah.
Rich
Yeah,
Asians?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought
She,
they were
cause,
the
like,
ones
yeah,
that
because
saw it.
Aquafina's
I'm the
character.
only one that hasn't seen it in this
So
group.
that's why we're gonna text
oh,
each other.
Eric
Yeah.
and Robert.
Yeah, but yeah, she,
You guys have to watch it.
Aquafina played the part of like everybody, like even the audience. Like we were experiencing all this through hers. Like so when she like saw like the really big house that the guy lived in, it's like, oh my god, it's like, and that's like that's our reaction. It's like, oh wow, and like being like she was dropping off Constance like Wu, the friend, off at his house, and then the boyfriend's like, oh, why don't you come in for a while? I was like, no, I don't want to impose. Like, okay, I'm coming to the fucking party.
She was
And then-
very real.
Yeah,
and I
so,
love.
and that's like kind of the reaction that
Yeah.
anyone would have is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
you get invited to like
Yes.
the party,
Yes.
and it's like no, you're gonna feign
You
kind of
can
like
relate.
you're gonna feign like oh no, it's okay, I don't have to. It's like no, I'm gonna come to the party, and then,
Yeah, she was very real, and
Yeah.
you can relate to her. And I think she was very comical
Yeah.
in the right scenes, at the right moment. So
Right.
I really enjoyed her, and I loved her voice in it.
Her
I-
raspy voice.
Yeah, her raspy
I
voice.
love that. I think that's her. You know,
She was definitely a good friend. You know, she gave good advice
she was
to Rachel.
amazing. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, how about you? What did you think about the movie?
I liked it. I thought it was good for
Yeah.
sure. It was entertaining. I like the visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice. But you know, it's a typical romantic comedy
Yes.
movie.
Mhm.
Nothing that special, but it was good. It was very entertaining. But there were definitely some holes in it, and I know that it's a movie, but still, like, I guess one of the main questions I have for you and for any female that has seen it is,
Sure.
what did you think about Nick Young?
I honestly didn't think he was a good cast. I didn't think he was very like hot per se. I didn't think he was a good representation of a rich hot guy. Like I was kind of disappointed. I
Well,
feel like
yeah,
there's other
but there was
actors.
also a lack of chemistry between him and Constance Wu.
I think
Yeah.
there was chemistry, but I just think that he was very not who I would have casted if I was the
I think
sorry. I mean
the
for most,
scuttlebutt
I
is
think-
that his
They-
background is
I mean,
more
I'm gonna
like
get
as a
some haters,
host.
yes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Keep it real.
But,
Yeah.
yeah,
Keeping
his
it real.
background is more as like TV host.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
he's
he hasn't,
definitely
like-
like
I
a
don't think he's
pretty
really
boy.
acting.
That was his like first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's done more like
I
TV
think
hosting
he's
and things like
attractive,
that.
but I don't think he was hot.
Yeah. So like in
Yeah.
terms of just like his character, not as an actor, but the character in the movie.
He was okay.
He was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't think he stood out. I think he was just like the Prince Charming, the rich guy, you know, from a successful family.
Right.
You know, the mom was overbearing, and he was like a mama's boy in a way, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. I wasn't too impressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
With his character.
Okay.
I was kind of bored. I mean, I've seen many Korean dramas,
Uh-huh.
and it's like the same thing, but
Yeah,
Chinese.
That's pretty much exactly like how I thought of him too. Like
Yeah.
besides
nothing
being rich,
special.
besides being rich and good looking, like he wasn't anything
Okay
special.
looking. I didn't think he was super hot.
Damn, you're picky.
Yeah, I'm very. Look at my husband.
Yeah, there you go. But like, yeah, no, I didn't think anything special.
The guy who played the main.
The
character, the Prince
rich guy, the
Charming.
Prince Charming from Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes.
I don't know.
What's his name?
Henry Golding.
Oh,
Yes.
that's Henry Golding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
Yes,
cool.
he was okay.
Yeah.
We were talking
Oh.
about.
We're talking about his character. Like there was nothing special. It was just
Yeah.
it was just a rich dude that was
Yes.
nice. But I felt he was really soft. I mean, so for me, of course, it's a movie, but you know, just for the sake of discussion, it's like I thought that was a huge flaw in the movie was his character. And like that one
Mm-hmm. Right.
scene, it's like
Yes.
that's his girlfriend, you know. And first off, like my other friend told me, she was like, yeah. She thought it was ridiculous that he didn't tell her sooner how rich he was, like
Uh-huh.
ridiculously rich.
Yes.
And that, you know,
But rich people always want to hide that they're rich, right? Like they
guess.
don't want to.
Yes,
They don't
yeah.
want to be like, yes,
Yeah.
I like
I thought rich
am rich.
people want to.
I know, right?
Like
I
Warren
guess it
Buffett,
depends.
right? Like he never really he lives a modest life.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like to.
yeah, in one sense that was really cool
Yeah.
that he kept it humble because he
Yes.
would even say, you know, I think of it as their money, not my money. But still,
Yes.
he has to like forewarn her of what she's going to get himself into
Right.
and his crazy mom and everything. I thought he was
Right.
so passive. And
Yes.
especially that one scene, I was talking to Andy about this, the fish scene, the dead fish scene.
Mm.
When
Yeah,
those
that-
girls like
Yeah, that's some like
Remember that.
psychopath shit. That's some psychopath shit.
she was in that little bachelorette party thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then the girls pretty much like
Yeah, they mean
Turned on
girled
her.
her. Yeah, they mean girled her.
they
and,
put
like,
a dead fish on her bed.
I think
and-
that's when I took a bathroom
Oh, you
break.
took a
'Cause
bathroom break.
I went to watch
Okay.
it at ArcLight,
Yeah, because
and I drank.
yeah, because okay, how the scene went is like
The one
yeah,
you
she
don't
got
remember.
invited to like the bachelorette like weekend or whatever.
Yes, yes,
And then, like,
yes, I do remember
Yeah, and then
that.
she made like and she kind of like made like a quote unquote friend.
But they were like
this-
fake friends,
Yeah,
right?
she
It
was
was
a-
like
yeah.
his ex,
Yeah,
who
like
was
the
a
girl
attorney.
like that. Yeah, that befriended her
Yes.
was like the ex to the main character.
Yes.
And then she was like just getting like all these like
Advice.
advice, but she was also getting in like those like kind of like, you know, jabs in there. It's
Yes.
like, oh, you know,
Yes.
I come for this, and then like, you know, she had like the scene where she's like spiraling, and then like she hears like the comments from all the other girls
Yes.
like being like catty bitches,
Yes.
and then she goes to her room, and then she finds like a fish like that's gutted, and it's like, you know.
Oh, I didn't see that
That was
part.
gruesome.
I think
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom.
That was a very important part.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Was this like a Godfather horse head moment?
Kinda. Yeah.
good analogy. Okay.
So yeah, it was a dead
Okay.
fish,
Yeah, they're like
bloody,
guts,
Okay.
gutted
like
out.
guts,
So
guts,
what
like,
did
all
that
over the
signify?
bed.
Like Luca Brasi.
Yeah,
To you?
yeah, Luca
Luca
Brasi. There you go.
And then what did it say?
Something.
You have something to add, right?
Yeah, of course.
It said like
We have to sit through Godfather. So.
I forgot what it said. The message.
I forget, but it was just like, you know, watch your
It said,
back.
yeah, watch your
or
back, bitch, or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, and that's like
something
But
really
it was
bad.
coming from all the other
Yeah, from all
girls.
the
other
They're
girls.
just being haters.
yeah, all the
Okay.
other catty bitches, and so
Okay.
I was like, but that's like psychopath level.
That is
you know?
crazy.
Who
That's-
does that?
Exactly.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
So after that scene, she talks to Nick Young on the
Yes.
couch. She tells him everything, and his
Yes.
response was, "Oh, is that all they did? Well, if that's all they did, then
He's
I'm
weak.
sorry."
Yeah,
he was so
he's
weak.
weak.
And then he was literally like, "Okay, let's go make some dumplings with my mom."
Ew.
I'm like, really?
That's dumpable
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, if that were real,
I
like,
would dump him.
What if like girls did that to her? You know, she went to a bachelorette party.
But I don't think he like any man should stand up in a situation like that.
Why?
I feel like you as a woman should do that.
No, I would expect her to do it, but
Like
as,
it's her fight, you know
yeah,
what
no,
I mean?
but still, as like her boyfriend, I mean, that's pretty gruesome. If it was just general bullying, okay, I
but
get it,
I mean, it's a dead fish. Is it?
but no, but it was like it was like it looked really bad.
Hmm.
It looked really bad, and that's crossing the line. I would have like lost it, you know, and I would have
to
like
the ladies.
yeah, I
I
would
mean-
have contacted them and be like, dude, what is this? You know, why are you doing that? And the movie would have been over right then and there.
I mean, there would be no ending.
Yeah.
There would
Seriously,
be
I would
no
have lost
ending.
my shit, you know. But he was weak. Exactly, that's the way you put it. And the
He
thing
did
is,
show that, yes.
and the thing is yeah, and he was just like, oh, sorry, you know, my bad, you know, like
Yeah, which is
and
like okay,
it's like you got to stand up for your woman, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I see it like I would have stand up to them and be like, "Bitches, let's
But
go."
wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Let's
I know,
go.
regardless, but wouldn't you expect
Yeah.
him to be a little more supportive?
I
like
think
he would
that's
like, or
that's
like,
a
you know, he
difficult
would at least
spot.
like, oh, I gotta go talk to them, and then and then the woman could be like, no,
Yeah,
no, let
I
me
got
take care of
this.
this.
well,
Like,
I
it's the
guess I see that, but I felt like it was still her fight.
But yeah, but
against
wouldn't you at
girls.
least like want your man to like make the effort, make the offering, and be like, oh, I gotta
Instead
like,
of oh, sorry,
Yeah, I gotta go smack
my
those
bad,
Yeah,
sorry.
true.
Yeah, I gotta go
true,
smack
true.
those
He was
bitches.
very nonchalant about it.
I thought he was terrible.
Okay.
You know, he was terrible,
Right,
and I just felt like yeah, he was a little too much of a mama's boy. I get it.
He
He's very
was.
close with his mom, but you gotta stand up for your girl. You know.
But do you
Poor
think
thing.
it's because it was a Chinese thing, and I think like women are very strong in a Chinese household, isn't it?
I guess,
Like they're
but
very dominant.
But he was
like
he's
That's
more
not the-
Americanized. than
Yeah,
him.
and
Yeah,
it was more
true.
or more westernized.
Westernized.
But like you know, but I find it interesting that like
Mm.
the father wasn't in the movie. You know, like
Yeah.
even though
he
like
was always on a business
yeah,
trip
he was
or
always on his
something,
business
right?
trip,
Yeah.
but like you know,
Mhm.
and I guess like this like type
Oh.
of event didn't necessitate his presence because it wasn't like someone in like his immediate family that was getting married. It was just like a friend of like the families.
yeah.
So that I guess that understand.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah, I agree. He was weak in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like he should have stood up for her more with like in front of the mom. He
Mm-hmm.
just like let her be bullied by.
But isn't that typical? Like, I mean, I feel like I've seen this in Korean dramas, Chinese
yeah, but
dramas.
But still, like you gotta make a stand. If
But it's
that's gonna
interesting,
be,
though-
if that's your girlfriend that you're
yeah.
committed to, you gotta make
You
a
have
stand.
to
She
be
was
stronger.
by herself.
She
You know what I mean?
actually stood ground.
Yeah, she
most
stood
of the
ground.
time.
So which leads me to my next point. Her
Yes.
character, I felt like she had zero flaws. She was like perfect. She stood up for herself, but at the same time, she was really polite with all the family members.
Yeah.
She tried her best to be patient,
She
but
was.
she knew when to strike. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So she had no flaws, and
Her character was
her
cute.
character was yeah. To me, it was like pretty perfect. But
Yeah.
him, he was like some
Agreed.
weak fool. You know what I
Agreed.
mean?
Agreed.
Yeah. So I guess we agree on that.
I
just wanted to
agree
get
on
your.
that.
Mm.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I forgot.
I think Gemma Chen was so hot.
Yeah.
Oh
she-
yeah, super hot.
Yeah.
My second favorite character in the movie.
What role did she play?
She played the sister.
She was like
The cousin.
Yeah,
Nick
cousin,
Evans'
but she was like rich,
Yeah,
and
Nick
her
Evans'
man
cousin.
wasn't man
Oh,
enough.
no, I thought they were. I thought her and Nick were brother and sister.
No, they're cousins.
Oh, okay.
I think they were.
Yeah, they're cousins.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I looked
I
at
don't
the
know.
summary
Okay.
thing. also.
but whoever she was hot.
Yeah.
What did you think about that side plot
Side plot,
of her and her husband
being less of a man.
cheating on her?
Oh, cheating on her. Yes,
And then how they ended and everything.
I thought it was beautiful because she stood strong, right? And she she kind of made him. It sounded like in the movie, to me.
made him?
Yeah. Like he was successful because of her hard efforts as well. No?
Oh, I don't know.
I
guess.
I don't know.
that was
Well,
what I
I
thought.
took it as like he was coming into this super
Yeah.
rich family, and he comes from humble beginnings, and he was trying to make his own impression, his own
Right.
like path, not relying on like his wife's family's money,
Right.
and he just couldn't deal, and so and so instead of communicating with his wife and trying to get her on her side, he just ended up like resenting her, and then going and sticking his thing into something else.
I don't know. I thought she was like the perfect wife and a
No,
perfect
I'm not,
partner
again,
to
I'm,
him.
yeah, I'm not faulting her, but I'm just saying like it's his like own insecurities that like
That led him to their failure.
that
Yeah.
led him to the failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was weak. That guy was
Yeah,
bad.
that guy was
He
very
didn't
weak.
even-
I
didn't
was
even
like,
say sorry,
I was
you know?
like bored. I was
Yeah.
like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like she's so much hotter than you.
He like
you
he
know?
blamed it on her too.
Yeah.
you know?
She was hot.
Yeah, she
Gemma?
was.
She is
Yeah,
hot.
Gemma
I've
Chan
seen
is-
photos.
And
She
their
looks very
British
hot.
accent. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're Australian or British.
I think she's from
She's
London.
she's a
London.
British
I looked her
actress.
up.
She's a British
she's
actress.
very hot.
Yeah.
I thought she was very beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess both of them, like both those characters, were
The males
Pretty weak.
were weak
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my only problem is like this movie wasn't about like Chinese people or Asian people or Asian culture. It was about rich people. That's what it was, and I think people are conflating it because like the characters were Asian. They say, oh, this is like such a great stride towards like Asian for Asian representation or whatever. It was like, but this movie wasn't really about Asian people or
But I
Asian
guess
culture. It was
the
about
whole-
it was about
I
rich
mean,
people.
there
But
was
the thing with
some
Michelle
aspects.
Yeoh and like about
Yeah.
culture and tradition. and
There was.
I know, but I think that
yeah.
I think that was just like a very thin veneer because it was just about rich people and like how rich people they live in a different at a different stratosphere.
that's
I
true.
mean,
You know?
I couldn't relate. I'm not that
Yeah.
rich.
Right,
You know,
I mean, exactly.
I mean, I'm average.
Exactly.
So for
Like
me,
the only like for Asian people, like the only thing like we could maybe like relate to is like the kind of like the cattiness or like like the kind of the family tradition like or whatever. But like when if you strip that all away, this movie is about like rich people, super rich people.
Crazy rich people.
Yeah,
Crazy
rich
rich.
people. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, would you? Yeah, because we talked about like Black Panther before
Right.
and how that was kind of conflated to be something that I
Right.
felt was bigger than what it really was.
Right.
Would you kind of feel like that this movie was kind of similar to that?
Partly because it's interesting because they say like, oh, this is a great, this such like, even with Black Panther, they're like, oh, this is such a diverse movie, and like they were the same thing they said about Crazy Rich Asians. It's like, but I don't think you use that, it's like that line from Princess Bride. It's like you use that word, but I don't think I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah.
Because like diversity means like a variety,
Right,
variety.
right,
But then
right.
like, how can you call like for Black Panther an entirely black cast diverse or like
All
Crazy Rich?
Asians,
Crazy
yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians like entirely Asian cast
It's not
diverse.
diverse.
It's not diverse.
It's not.
It's not. So, I think like people are trying to like lift it up. I mean, whatever you can do, whatever you want. You can lift it up or not. But for me, it's just like it was a good like rom-com. But like
And-
it wasn't like this great stride for like Asian representation or
Right.
anything
Yeah.
like that.
I
It's
thought
like-
it was still cool though. All Asian
It was
cast.
still,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was cool.
I thought that was still really cool.
supported.
Can I ask you any like, well, all of us, I guess. Speaking on that, what is your take on the push for Asian American presence in Hollywood? I mean, it's been on everyone's minds and tongues for a long time now, and it seems like Crazy Rich Asians, people have been leaning on that to be the vehicle
Right.
break through. Do you think it has succeeded? And what do you think about the movement of that?
I think if we wanted it, we'd get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, it's funny because I always turn back to this quote from Adam Carolla, where he's like, where he's like, he just says like, it's like, oh, why Asians aren't in
He is the
entertainment?
man of the times.
He's like, why Asians aren't, worried about, being in entertainment? Because they're too busy kicking ass. Because they're like, because we become doctors or we become business people, and we, all this other stuff. We're like, we're too busy thinking, we're too busy, making paper and
Right.
to worry about like representation. Like, look at just politics.
Yeah.
Very low representation in
Right.
Asian, but Asian Americans are one of the wealthiest groups of people in America.
Right.
They
Right.
perform better than me.
Yeah, right. They perform even better than this white guy right here, who's supposed to have all the privilege and all, and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, so I think if we really wanted it, we'd get it. And I think
What's holding us back? Us being Asian Americans.
Asian Americans.
I don't know if it's holding us back or what's against us right now.
Not making enough noise.
Maybe, but
Do you think Crazy Rich Asians can break through? Can be that vehicle to break through?
I
for
personally
Americans?
think yes, because I think when it comes down to it, I was looking at different reviews, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, in the entertainment industry, it comes down to money, and it was
Yeah.
#1.
Right.
So if it
True.
keeps making money, sure, they're gonna do a sequel and this and that. And for me, I think it's great. Honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a great
Yeah,
beginning.
it's cool.
We'd
Yeah.
like to see more of it.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think, like, understandably, everyone wants to go mainstream.
Yeah.
But I think we shouldn't like undercut the accomplishments that Asian Americans have already done, like in the realm of like even YouTube. Like Asian Americans, we're killing it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Some of like the biggest channels are major or like Asian
Wong
YouTube,
Fu.
like Wong Fu or
The
what is
Fong
that?
Brothers.
Fong Brothers or
Aquafina, Eddie Wang.
Aquafina, yeah.
Dumbfounded.
Sandra
Dumbfounded,
Oh.
yeah.
Sandra Oh.
Sandra Oh.
Well, she's
Yeah.
great, but
I
she's
think
not
she's
YouTube.
wonderful.
Yeah.
She,
She's not
sorry.
YouTube.
She's a pioneer before she
She
knew she was
is a pioneer. I like
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, props to that. But yeah, I think don't underestimate the like other arenas that that we're like we can that we already fill
Right.
and we're already doing very well in.
Yeah.
So I think
I agree.
I think I think if Asian Americans like really wanted representation in Hollywood, then we get it.
Yeah.
Because then because the like the work ethic that our parents like instilled in us to like become doctors or lawyers or whatever. If we like put that into like entertainment,
And I think that's happening.
Yeah, I
That's
think
happening.
like the attitude towards like the creative side is changing.
Yeah, for
sure.
And it's shifting, and I think I think it's a good thing. Because not everyone could be doctors, not everyone could be lawyers, not everyone could be professionals. Because I think, I was the first one in my family to like kind of pursue a more creative path.
Yeah.
Although like
That's great.
one of my cousins, my older cousins, he did try and pursue kind of like a similar. He said that he wanted to be a photographer too, but then he ended up like not pursuing it. But then I came into my parents and was like, oh, I want to be a photographer. They're doing backflips and they're so excited. Not really. Sarcasm detector.
Yeah. It's off the charts.
Yeah, so but like I had to really work hard and like and go and do like shitty jobs and like do it for no pay and until my parents finally like saw like, oh, this guy's he's serious about it.
Yeah.
And now like for the most part they've been pretty supportive of my decision.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So I think we will see more Asian Americans,
Yeah.
personally.
I think so.
And I think
Yeah.
this movie does
Awesome.
help a lot, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really liked Michelle Yeoh's character. the
I
mom.
really liked her. She was
good
very
too.
strong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What did you think about the climax scene, the mahjong scene?
I thought that was beautiful.
It was good.
Yeah, I was like, you
It's
go
like a
girl.
perfect
You
metaphor
go, girl.
for the
And
whole movie.
Yes, and the way she worded it and
Yeah.
the way she presented it to her was very respectful and
Yeah.
very strong.
Exactly.
I really like that.
I'm
I
telling
really
you,
like
Constance
that.
Wu, Rachel Chu, right? She was
Yeah.
perfect.
She was perfect.
Yeah.
I liked how she kicked ass that
Yeah.
way.
Mm.
Yeah. And then
Although
she
I
got
don't-
the guy at the end of the day, you know. At
Lucky,
the end
lucky
of the
him,
movie.
not
yeah.
her, right? Lucky
Yeah.
him. But-
Yeah. Although I typically am wary of characters who don't have any like kind of.
yeah, that's true too.
Flaws.
It's not a great thing.
Because like even like
But her
the-
character
even
was
like the
that, you know?
even like the reveal of like the supposed flaw, like you know she was an illegitimate child.
That's not even her fault.
Yeah, it's not even her fault, but then like you know kind of
Yeah.
like made her like spiral, and but then that was still kind of like a weak like character flaw to have.
Argument.
Yeah.
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 Because she was educated, she was smart, she was
Right.
pretty.
Right,
So
yeah.
I
She was
mean,
like-
what?
yeah,
she was like the
what rich
perfect. She was like the perfect.
mother-in-law
Yeah.
would not
Yeah,
want a
exactly.
daughter-in-law like
Exactly.
that. I didn't understand that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
I
And it's
guess
funny
they had
because
to
like
put a twist
yeah,
on
because like the
something.
mother too, she like faced like the same kind of. She kind of take this like the same crap
She
from
had
her,
that-
from
her-
her,
right,
from
right.
her mother-in-law.
Right.
And so like, instead of sympathizing with Rachel, she kind of like would kind of just
she was just hating.
yeah, she was hating. It's
just
like she's
hating.
like
But
judged
she
her.
survived it, and she's wealthy, and she's doing great. So why not give
I
the
know it's just like you know.
brilliant girl
I
a
think
chance?
I think a really good question, because like there was the scene where you know the mom was like saying is like, oh, you know, I know you're all these things, but you know I had to work really hard to gain even like this much approval from my mother-in-law, and because of that I know you're not enough. And then but then I think a really good like kind of like response to that from Rachel would have been like, it's like, oh well, you know, it's like you know, even though you're getting all this shit from your mother-in-law, it didn't seem to have stopped you.
right.
So why should it stop me?
Right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I think that would have been
Right.
a much
Script
better.
writers right,
Right.
I think that would have been a
There you
much.
go.
I think that would have been a much better response to like her like
What can you say to
Michelle
that?
Michelle Yeoh's
Right.
like dressing down of
Yeah.
you know
Right.
Constance Wu's character.
Right. I mean, she caved in it.
It was it was still well played for
was
sure.
well played, yeah.
So I think you know one of the themes some other dude that was reviewing it, I think he hit the nail on the head, is it's like some traditions should evolve, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like and which it did. She was more like she was changed at the end. She was more flexible and worked out. But yeah,
It was a good movie. It was a feel-good movie. She got the guy. You know, everybody's happy. We didn't go home like upset.
yeah.
But was it a very good movie?
Was it as good as Point Break?
Nah, no.
I don't think it was
I
meant to
beg
be an epic movie. I think it was
I
just
think
supposed to be a good
it's a
feel-good
cute movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cute,
yeah.
happy
Cool.
ending
Yeah, it's just
movie.
like you know,
Yeah. With
a bunch of
take
Asians.
Yeah, take out the Asian part. It was your typical like rom com.
I think they did a good job
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing bad to say.
Yeah, so hopefully, I don't know, maybe someday, like, we'll have to meet some crazy parents, right?
It's
Yeah.
okay because you know everybody loves me, so
Yeah.
I agree.
people can't help but love
I might
me.
have
Come over
to, I
to
might
my
have
house.
to deal with a Michelle Yeoh in the
Yeah.
future. I don't know.
Yeah.
You
That's
may.
okay.
As of right
Yeah.
now, the parents
You
that
don't
I would
know.
have to deal with kind of like me. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's a
That's a
blessing.
good thing.
That's
Yeah.
a blessing.
Sarah's parents still don't like me, so it's okay.
They lied to you here. Stop it. You're just unique. You know? They just needed to get used to.
Yeah, what a very diplomatic way.
You're just unique.
So you're just unique.
You
special.
are. You're
Yeah.
special.
You're so
You're like
special.
Patrick Swayze.
I just can't believe. I just can't get over how special you are.
So if there
You're
were,
special
if,
too, Andy.
if there were a sequel,
Don't you know
would you
it?
guys watch it? Because there probably will be a sequel.
They will be.
Guaranteed. There's gonna
There
be a
will be.
sequel. You know, if there's nothing else to watch, I'll.
It's funny because it starts conversation because I had a patient who he actually is a famous person. I think he was on The Voice, and I didn't know that.
Was it Judge? As
No,
one
I
of the
can't
judges?
say. It's like
Oh,
patient
yeah,
confidence,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
can't say. But he was on the show Voice, and as soon as he saw me, he's like, "Oh my God, I watched Crazy Rich Asian because I'm Asian." I
That's
was
why
like,
she.
That's why he started.
Yeah,
like,
see, that's like another thing I don't like.
So- Hey, I
watched Black Panther.
Yeah.
But it's like, but at least people are talking about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's
please
like,